Musical musings, musical musings, musical musings, musical musings.
Hello and good afternoon. Welcome back to the latest episode of Musical Musings, airing every Wednesday at 1 p.m. This program is broadcast from Rajamacon University of Technology, Peranakan. This program is in two parts. The first part will introduce a song, and we'll talk about its main themes, what it's about, and we may discuss the artist as well. And then we will listen to the song in the second part and analyze the lyrics, looking especially at any difficult vocabulary words, slang, idioms, anything that might be hard to understand. And then we'll have the news and the latest updates from the university as usual.
Musical musings, musical musings, musical musings, musical musings.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Gary Gray. I am your host for Musical Musings, and I am a teacher here at Rajamacon University of Technology, Peranakan. And so today we're going to be talking about the song Monday, Monday by the band The Mamas and the Papas. So before we get to this song, let's talk a little bit about the band. The Mamas and the Papas are an interesting band. They formed back in the 1960s, I believe it was. I'm not even sure entirely of all of their history. I believe it was the 1960s when they formed. And they were formed by Michelle and John Phillips, who were a husband and wife team. They both had musical backgrounds. They sang in other bands before that. So this was kind of a new thing for them, coming together as husband and wife to form this band. And again, the band was called the Mamas and the Papas. Some people call them the Mamas and Papas. Some people call them just Mamas and Papas without the. It depends on who you are, what you actually call them. Their official name is the Mamas and Papas. Now, how they got their name is a little bit weird, which I guess is why there's so much confusion over what they're called. There's a lot of discussion over that. It's a lot of confusion, how they even got their name. But it's believed mostly that they got their name based on their background with, their association with, their familiarity with the motorcycle community. In fact, the Mamas directly comes from what the female members of a motorcycle gang, which is very famous in America, called the Hells Angels, probably the most famous American motorcycle gang that has ever existed. The female members of the Hells Angels were called the Mamas, and that's where they got that name from. So that's where the Mamas and the Papas came from. Now, even though it started with Michelle and John Phillips, they were not the only band members. There were two others. It was a quartet, and so they had four members in the band. So it was the two Phillips, and then there was another gentleman, and there was another lady. The other gentleman never really became... He was a little bit famous just for his activity really within the Mamas and Papas, but he never really became famous in his own right. He never went on to for example, he never went on to a successful solo career. He never had his own career. So the other gentleman, I don't really want to forget about him. The Mamas and the Papas were an excellent band, but he was not that popular in his own right. But the other female singer actually was. She went on after the band broke up, which happened, sadly, fairly soon after they formed. The band did not last very long, which was a shame because, as you'll hear from the song they sing here, the example I'm going to give you for one of their songs, they're a superb quartet. Sadly, they did not last very long. And the other female singer in the band, other than Michelle Phillips, was quite popular. Her name was Cass Elliot. For those of you who are able to see the video, which I know may not be all of you, but for the rest of you who cannot see the video, I would encourage you to go onto YouTube and watch the video. Cass Elliot, you will see, is a fairly large individual. She is the big girl in the band. But she may be the most talented. She is a phenomenal singer. Sadly, at that time, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the current depiction of Americans within the world, and even British people to some degree, since some of these folks in this band came from Britain. But Westerners are kind of viewed as like being fat people. A lot of Westerners are overweight. America is one of the fattest countries in the world. But back when this band was formed, the Mamas and the Papas back in the 1960s, that was not as big of a thing. People being overweight in Western culture was not so common. And because of that, with Cass Elliot being so overweight, a lot of people did make fun of her, which was really kind of sad because she was a tremendously talented performer. She was phenomenal. So for those of you who are actually able to watch the video, well, I'm sure all of you can watch the video. So those of you who are listening just via audio, I would encourage you later to go online and look up on YouTube and watch the video for this song. And again, the song we're watching today is Monday, Monday. They do have another really famous song called California Dreamin'. You can check out that song. Either one's fine. They have some other popular songs as well. The number of popular songs they have is fairly limited because, again, they weren't together for very long. But take a look at Cass Elliot. She's the big girl in the band, and she is phenomenal. So why do I say she's phenomenal? Well, this group, the Mamas and Papas, is really well known for their harmonies. So maybe some of you don't know what that word means. What is a harmony? Okay, I think I've explained this once, perhaps, in one of our previous episodes. But only once. So let me explain it again. A harmony is when you are singing notes that are not the primary notes in a song. So what does that mean? What am I talking about? What does that mean? Okay, well, let's think of a very normal, common song, like when you sing Happy Birthday. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear whoever, happy birthday to you. Okay, all of those notes that I just sang are called the melody. You could sing different notes that would blend together with that would make it sound really nice. It would make it sound better. But they are not the same musical notes. So, happy birthday to you. You're not going to sing da 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 da. You're going to sing something different. It's hard for me to say exactly what. There's more than one harmony line you could have, so I'm not sure how you would. I'm not sure exactly what you might sing instead, but you're not going to sing that. Those are not going to be the notes that you would sing. You would sing other notes that blend together well. That's called the harmony. And so Cass Elliot was exceptionally good at that. And you're really going to see that in this song. In their other popular song, California Dreaming, you will also notice that. But I chose Monday Monday for our song today because you really see that in this song. Okay, so let's move on from Cass Elliot. She's just one member of this quartet. There are 4 people. All right, so a little bit more about this band before we get into the song. Unfortunately, as I said, the band broke up pretty quickly. They were not together for that long. The history of the band is kind of sad because the 2 men in the band were not were not very good. The other gentleman, I mentioned to you that John Phillips was one of them. There was another gentleman in the band as well. He unfortunately had an affair with Michelle Phillips, which was John Phillips' wife. Obviously, that created a problem within the band. Now, you may say, okay, well, John Phillips is innocent in that, but he wasn't very good either. He was not a very good person either. I'm not certain that it was ever proved, but I think it was widely accepted. Most people believed that John Phillips had how do I even say this? This is a very bad thing. Had a relationship with his own daughter, Mackenzie Phillips. And that became a big story in the media in America because Mackenzie Phillips herself was actually quite famous. Unlike her parents, John and Michelle Phillips, she did not go into the music industry, but she went into acting. And she was very famous in a television program from the 1970s and early 1980s called One Day at a Time. So she was very famous in that television program. So there were a lot of things there about John Phillips that were questionable. Again, nobody really knows the truth, but it's Mackenzie Phillips really didn't have any reason to lie about it. So most people believe what Mackenzie Phillips says about her father. So he was not a very good person either. So the 2 men in the band were generally, even though they were superb musicians, they were not very good people. Their background is very interesting, though, as far as their tie-in to music. I'll give you an example. John Phillips did have another daughter other than Mackenzie Phillips called China Phillips. And China Phillips teamed up with a person who came from the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson, and they formed the band Wilson Phillips. So there's which is a very popular band in America as well. So there's a lot of musical backgrounds surrounding the Mamas and Papas. You've got just a lot of people here involved, including their children. But that said, like I just mentioned, they actually did not last very long. They were only around for a number of years before they broke up because of the issues between the band members. All right, so that's kind of the background behind the band. It's not a very happy story. Nonetheless, they were extremely talented, and they made great music for the brief time that they were together. So we're going to talk about the song today, Monday, Monday, by the Mamas and Papas. All right, so let's get to the song. And for those of you who are joining us on YouTube, as you know, for those of you who have listened to us before, because of copyright issues, we cannot directly embed this video. So we're going to show you a link in the upper right corner that you can click on, and you can jump to the song and then come back to us here for the rest of the program, where we will go through the lyrics of the song. And the rest of you should have no problem. If you're just listening, we're going to link the song in here. All right, so here is the song, Monday, Monday, by the Mamas and Papas.
Musical musings, musical musings, musical musings, musical musings.
Okay, welcome back. So, for the second part of our program, we will look at the lyrics to the song. All right, I'm going to tell you that the lyrics for this song are pretty simple. So this will be one of our easier programs. Sometimes with our program here, Musical Musings, we have to kind of really analyze things a lot. The basic idea here is something very simple about Mondays. How do people usually feel about Mondays? Most people do not like Monday morning. The weekend's over. You've got to go back to work or school. Everyone's tired. Nobody wants to go back on Monday. On the other hand, it is kind of a fresh start. It's the beginning of a week. So you might, some people actually might feel some optimism. Optimism means you have a positive attitude. So some people may actually be a little bit upbeat and happy on a Monday morning. It's a new week. You can do whatever you want. So let's get started. So some people have a positive attitude on Mondays. So Mondays are a weird day. You have a lot of people who are very disappointed, very depressed. Monday. Nobody likes that. You have a lot of other people who have a very optimistic, positive, happy attitude about starting a new week. That's kind of what this song is about. It's about Monday being a weird day. It's kind of positive, optimistic, new start. And it's kind of depressing. Your fun, enjoyable weekend is over. And now you're going to go back to work, back to school, back to Monday morning. All right, so let's get to the lyrics. So we start out, Monday, Monday, so good to me. Monday morning, it was all I hoped it would be. So you can see we start off there with that optimistic tone. Monday morning was all I hoped it would be. So we get up in the morning, ready to go. New week. Let's go. And the song continues on. Oh, Monday morning couldn't guarantee that Monday evening you would still be here with me. Okay, so now we're starting to get, a little bit skeptical. That word means you start questioning things. Skeptical means you're questioning. So now we're starting to question Monday. Monday morning can't guarantee what Monday evening will bring. Of course, that's probably true about every day. But, Monday's a little special because we started off so optimistic. It's a brand new week. Let's go. Let's get it. Just like the song started out. It starts out optimistic. But now it's like, maybe, maybe not. Let's see where it goes. We're getting a little skeptical. And so the song goes on. Monday, Monday, can't trust that day. Monday, Monday, sometimes it just turns out that way. So again, we're talking about being skeptical. Can't trust that day. And we continue. Oh, Monday morning, you gave me no warning of what was to be. So it gave us no warning of what was to be. So in other words, something negative, something bad is probably happening here. If you're complaining that someone gave you no warning, it means, something bad was coming along and nobody told you about it. So again, we're turning from this positive about Monday into a negative. So we got skeptical when we talked about Monday morning couldn't guarantee what Monday evening would bring. And now we're getting negative when we say Monday gave us no warning of what was to be. All right, and so we continue on. Oh, Monday, Monday, how could you leave and not take me? All right, that line is a little bit confusing. As I've told you before, sometimes the singers will write lyrics which might be a little hard to interpret. And that's sometimes on purpose. I mean, what does it mean that Monday's going to leave and not take you? That's not entirely clear there. It may just be, but it is clearly a negative reaction. So we're continuing with this kind of bad feeling about Mondays. Okay, so now we get into what you might call a bridge. I was going to say we get into the chorus, but not really. It's not really the chorus yet. A bridge is kind of a section of a song which is separate from everything else. So the bridge comes in where it says, every other day, every other day, every other day of the week is fine. Yeah. That's kind of the bridge there. But whenever Monday comes, you can find me crying all of the time. So that's kind of the bridge. It's not really the chorus because it doesn't come up again. We don't see it again in the song. A chorus usually repeats itself. There really isn't, honestly, there's not really a solid chorus in this song. This is one of those songs that just continues on with a storyline. You don't have a typical verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus structure with this song. But still, that section there that I just gave to you, where we go from every other day up to the line, you can find me crying all of the time, is sort of a separate section that stands out from the song. So we would probably call that the bridge. That's usually what a bridge is. It's kind of a separate section, as I said, that doesn't really fit in with either the verses or the chorus. All right, so in this bridge, as we're going to call this, this is again pretty negative. We're talking about, it says every other day of the week is fine. So we don't have these problems with other days. But when Monday comes, you can find me crying all of the time. So clearly the singer is sad that Monday is coming. Our weekend is over. The fun is over. Now we have to go back to school. We have to go back to work. We have to go back to real life. So you can find me crying all of the time. But then the very next line, as we get back into the main part of the song, says, Monday, Monday, so good to me. So we're back to a positive feeling. Monday, Monday, so good to me. Monday morning, it was all I hoped it would be. So we're back to this optimistic feel. But notice it talks about Monday morning. So we're starting the day optimistic, just like we did at the beginning of the song. In fact, that's the same line. The song started out, Monday, Monday, so good to me. Monday morning, well, it was all I hoped it would be. It's the exact same line. So we're going back to kind of the optimistic feeling. And then we continue with, again, the same repeat that we had at the beginning of the song. But Monday morning, couldn't guarantee that Monday evening you would still be here with me. That's the same line. Same line from the beginning. So we're going through this same kind of cycle where we start out optimistically and then we become skeptical. It's not clear what the day is going to hold for us. And then we go back to what I called the bridge. Again, it's not clear. I said it didn't really repeat itself. We have it does repeat itself once here. We get the bridge, so maybe it is the chorus. It's not really clear because of the structure of the song. For example, what we just sang repeated itself. That was from the beginning. But that's probably more of a verse than the chorus. So why does it repeat itself? Is that really a verse? Is it a chorus? Who knows? So is this next section really the bridge? It's repeating. I did say it didn't repeat itself. It doesn't repeat itself many times, but it does repeat once here. So we go back to that bridge, I guess. Is it a bridge? I don't know. We go back to that bridge here. Every other day, every other day, every other day of the week is fine. Yeah. But whenever Monday comes, you can find me crying all of the time. So we get that same bridge again there. And again, maybe it's not really a bridge. That's actually what I love about this song so much. You've heard me talk in previous episodes about how I don't like when people ask what genre a song is, because a lot of songs don't fit into one genre. It's art. It's supposed to be creative. So is that a bridge? Is it not a bridge? Who cares? It's creativity. That's the beauty of this song. You can't define where the chorus is, where are the verses, where's the bridge. Who knows? It's just a song. All right, so we continue on and we finish the song after that line. You can find me crying all of the time. All right, so the last part of the song comes in. And again, this is somewhat of a repeat. Monday, Monday, can't trust that day. We've had that before. Monday, Monday, it just turns out that way. Oh, Monday, Monday, won't go away. Okay, that line, even though we're near the end of the song, that is an actually new line. Even though we're getting a lot of repeats here, that's a new line. So Monday won't go away. What do they mean by that? What does that line mean? That's a good question. It's a weird thing to say that Monday won't go away. Of course Monday won't go away. It's a day of the week. And I think that's their point. That's what makes this song so effective. Everyone deals with this. Everyone in the world, almost every part of the world, has Saturday and Sunday as their weekend. Not every country does that, but almost every country in the whole world does that. So for everyone, or almost everyone, in all parts of the world, from the west to the east, Monday is your start of the week. So it's great, and it's terrible. It's great because it's a new start, new beginning, new opportunities. Let's go. Let's get it. So that's why it says, Monday morning, it was all I hoped it would be. So Monday morning, we get up, we're ready to go. But at the same time, it's Monday morning. We got to go back to work. We got to go back to school. And you also don't know what's going to happen that week. Even if you have really high hopes, you're really optimistic. And that's why it talks about all of the skepticism, the unknowns here, where it talks about Monday morning. Couldn't guarantee that Monday evening you would still be here with me. Or, later in the song it says, oh, Monday morning, you gave me no warning of what was to be. So you don't know what you have coming on Monday morning. All right, so after that line, Monday, Monday, won't go away, we finish up the song. Monday, it's here to stay. And then they just finish up Monday, and they fade out with Monday. And that's it. That's the end of the song. So it's a very simple song. We had all of those repeats. There's no verses, no choruses. Is there a bridge? Maybe. I kind of pointed out what I think it is. But it does repeat itself once. Is that really a bridge? Hard to say. So it's a very unique song. And when you listen to it, I'm going to take you back to something we mentioned in the first part of our program today. When you listen to this song, listen to the harmonies. It's such a beautiful song. This is one of the best songs you might ever listen to because the harmonies are so good. The two women especially, Cass Elliot, Michelle Phillips, they are phenomenal in this song. The two gentlemen, they do a good job. They're good singers. They're excellent. And they also are the ones playing guitar. So they do an excellent job. Everyone in this group, the Mamas and Papas, is excellent. But the two women really steal the show. All right. So that's our song. And again, the really phenomenal part of the song is its harmonies. So go back and listen to this song again. And go ahead and listen to their other songs as well. They don't have a lot of really popular songs because they weren't together for very long. Again, I explained to you in the first part of the program about all of the problems. So many problems that the band had. So they didn't stick together very long. But they do have a few other big songs. And their most famous other song, other than Monday, is California Dreamin'. Some people actually like that song more than Monday. I think the harmonies in Monday are better, so I prefer that song. But California Dreamin' is a very close second. It's an excellent song. So, if you like this song, go ahead and listen to California Dreamin' by the Mamas and Papas. It is another excellent song. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for today's Musical Musings program. Please stay with us and tune back in next week for another fun song. And make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thank you.
Musical, music.